Hello everyone, LadyPhoenix here, and welcome back to some more Spyro the Dragon from the Reignited Trilogy. So, in the previous video we completed Tarot's village, and in this video we are going to confront the world's boss, who is MetalHead. So let's go ahead and get started. Interesting thing about MetalHead, I don't know if that, I just realized that it may be a reference to like metalheads, but in a way that's kind of like generalizing them, is that MetalHead, the boss, he actually has a mohawk. Like, I find that very weird. And I was like, are they making that as a connection to metalheads? I don't know. I just thought about that and I thought it was really cool. Anyway, same thing as always. Oh, yeah. Well, if I was going for the skill point, I've been screwed up. I forgot that these guys had some metal on them. I don't know how I forgot that, because, metal head and all that other jazz. Anyway, you can get a skill point in this if you don't take any damage in the level whatsoever. I've done it before. Like I said, I've gotten all the skill points in my original file when the trilogy first came out. I was so excited. I was like, you know what? They don't add anything to the trophy count. Kind of like with Ratchet and Clank. Well, the original Ratchet and Clank from the PS3 collection. Now, I don't know about the PS4 Ratchet and Clank. My PS3 is actually dead, and I still have yet to buy another one. But, you know what? I'm thinking, I wouldn't mind playing some Ratchet and Clank. Because I've never beaten a Ratchet and Clank game, even though I own several Ratchet and Clank games. It's one of those games in the backlog, and I'm afraid because one of those guys rolled off, and I'm not entirely sure if I got the gem for it. We'll fight that fight when it gets here. I may have to restart the level. Or maybe that guy, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that the gem that I did get, I'm pretty sure it was from the one guy that I did manage to charge. So, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I've got the Ratchet and Clank collection on the PS3, which is the original first three that came, the original trilogy that came out on PS2. And then I have the Ratchet and Clank PS4 one that's based off of the movie, which people did not seem to enjoy. I haven't watched it myself. That's another thing I gotta do. Catch up on my like nerdy movies and stuff. I'm excited about Joker. Man, I'm excited about Joker. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Phoenix, or I know who I'm talking about. I know he's a really good actor. And he's actually, from what I've seen from the second Joker trailer, oh my gosh, that laugh. It's pretty creepy. So I think he'll do a great job with that acting out as the Joker, playing the Joker. I think he's a great one.
MetalHead is all charged up to meet you. Attacking the power pole should disrupt his power supply.
Problem that I think he's gonna get though is like, oh, he's not Heath Ledger, and it's like, yeah, we understand that. God rest his soul. But there can be other terrific actors out there that can play a different character. It's like everyone was going crazy that Wesley Snipes isn't gonna be isn't gonna be Blade, And I understand people are used to Wesley Snipes being Blade, but it's okay. Like, other actors can act pretty well. I'm excited to see how Jamie Foxx is gonna do Spawn next year. Like, I'm excited for that. Give the person a chance. I don't know. I guess you could say the same thing about video games. Like, people rave, it's like automatically like, oh, Ocarina of Time is the best one because it was the first one to create a staple formula, which isn't all the way true. I feel like Link to the Past did it more because it had that formula where it's like, okay, go through the dungeon, find the key dungeon item, and use said dungeon item to get through the dungeon. You gotta explore the outside world to get more stuff because it's gonna be required for you to complete the game. And then once you hit Ganon's Tower, you have to use all your arsenal that you've collected out of the game. And yeah, it's not 3D. It's still, like I say, a 2.5 game because you can go in all 8 directions or whatever. And that was MetalHead, by the way. I did not explain that at all. But but that was like, it put in the roots. The Ocarina of Time just put in the 3D aspect of it, you know. And there are great Zelda games that came out after Ocarina of Time. I understand why people say it's the best one. But to say that, oh, it's the one that created the staple things in it, not so sure about that, you know. That's just my opinion. You know, same thing with Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 7 was the first one that released that wasn't on a Nintendo console, because the PlayStation 1 had so much more capabilities than the Super Nintendo. And you had real characters and the Mako and the materia, the whole, you know, the whole magic system. It just got finally retuned after Final Fantasy. Took a slide back in 8, and I will admit that, because 8 is my favorite game of all time. I love Final Fantasy 8, and I was so happy that it got re-released. But, you know, one of the major drawbacks about that game, it is the battle system. But if you played it several times like I did, you can completely just ignore the battle system. Like, it is good that you don't have to be on like level 80 in order to complete the boss or whatever, but it's still a headache considering how the way the junction system is. It's pretty crap. Like, I'm not afraid to admit it. Like, it's pretty crap. I haven't played the remaster version. I've downloaded it though. But I said that I'm gonna have to dedicate a whole weekend to it. That, and I'm trying to get ahead on like weekend walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I haven't done a weekend walkthrough since Heavy Rain, and I think that was back in like May, June, and it's September. So I think it was long overdue for a weekend walkthrough. That, and I would love to do Shenmue 3 as a weekend walkthrough. Beat it. You know, research a couple of things that I may have missed, but not start off with it as soon as it come out. Like, nah. Okay, so back to Spyro. I've been doing I'm really proud of myself with my commentary and everything. You know, I'm not too focused on the game, which I kind of breezed through that MetalHead battle. But it's a little area that you have to get through. You probably saw it briefly when I had the camera on it, but it's right over here. It's right there. Ooh. The ledge was smaller than what I thought it was. Okay. So you come through here and then you glide through. I don't know if that's a one-hit kill or not, but because I never fell in there. I came pretty close several times, but yeah, I wouldn't suggest falling in there. And that's your key that you need. And then come through here. MetalHead wasn't difficult. I'm pretty sure you guys saw how the way I just breezed through that. Didn't pay attention. I honestly thought that it was the third phase and I was going to go off explaining what the heck was going on. But basically, you just charge through the metal pillars when they are green. When they're red, don't do it because otherwise you'll get electrocuted. And MetalHead will throw enemies at you. The reason why there was so much gems up at the top where I was at is because I didn't give MetalHead a chance to throw all the enemies. So that's where all those gems came from. So just avoid his electric projectiles and his enemy tosses and you're good to go. And charge on green, not on red. And you're pretty good. Okay, so it's good that my life count is going back up. That's always good. Hey, come here. And from MetalHead onward, there are no health pickups, no butterflies for sparks. But as you can see, a few minutes later after you done killed the chickens or whatever, they will respawn. So if you need to... Wait, is it over here? Is it this one? No, the waterfall is in the next one, I think. Right? I think so. Yeah. Okay. So, if you need to restock on health, make sure Sparks is golden before you take on MetalHead. Because he doesn't give out chickens or anything like that to restore your health. I think that's it. And that is... So, we have completed Beastmakers completely. It is officially completed. Praise Jesus. So, I'm going to actually head to the balloonist and we're going to get a sneak peek of the Dreamweaver's world. And I'm going to go ahead and end the episode. Dreamweavers is the last one. Then after that is Nasty Nork's. It's not his lair. I think you got like 3 other levels before you actually get to him. I forgot what it's called though. Like Island or something.
I feel much better now that so many dragons have been rescued. Jump in the balloon and I'll show you the Dreamweaver's world. Are you ready to go?
Oh, joy. Actually have some... Oh, no, wait, no.
Spyro.
Go to Dreamweavers. I didn't mean to do that. I actually like the music there, but some of the levels are a little tricksy. Lofty Castle and another level that uses Supercharge. Whoop-de-doo. Specifically. But the other levels I think is pretty relatively good. So we're just going to get a sneak peek here. And I'm going to actually go ahead and end the video here. And in the next video, we are going to complete the Dreamweaver's hub world. And also the flight level, which I have no idea what it is, what it's called. I was going to say Crystal Flight, but that was back in Magic Crafters. So that's a no. I don't know. But if you would like to see more Let's Plays or weekend walkthroughs from the channel, please be sure to click on the links in the description below. But until then, you guys take care and have an awesome day.